Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 24 of Bardic Quest, the show where a group of British trained actors tell fantastical improvised stories through the medium of Dungeons and Dragons. Little teeny weeny bit of housekeeping. We are sadly without James for this episode, so no Sergei, unfortunately, as James continues his tour of the UK. A brief reminder, of course, if you are watching on YouTube, please take a moment to like the episode and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. And likewise, for those listening to the podcast, please do leave us a rating and review on your podcatcher of choice, as it really does help us to grow the show. So that's all the housekeeping out of the way. So without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. Last time, after clearing the sleeping giant tap house of the Redbrands, the party of Saga, Sergei, Thorik, and Johann began preparations to storm on the Redbrand Hideout, supposedly under the manor house. Part of that preparation, of course, was they wanted to stock up on some healing potions, but soon discovered that the only place that they were likely to find those was from one Adabra Gwyn of Umbrage Hill, who is the local midwife, and so have ventured a couple of miles out of town in order that they might be able to stock up. But upon arriving at Umbrage Hill and the windmill there, they discovered that there was a creature trying to hammer down the door of Adabra Gwyn's residence, and they have chosen to attempt to rescue her, we presume, which is, of course, where we left off. So, you guys are running in the direction of this creature, which is banging on the door. It's quite a large creature, and as you're running up the hill, you pass through the iron fence, and there's kind of like ruined stone walls, presumably what once was a sort of outhouse to this windmill. And you can see, waving out one of the windows of the second floor, this woman who's just kind of like waving at you frantically, going, "A little help!" What would you like to do?
Run in! Run towards her.
You're just going to attack?
Absolutely.
Not the woman, the creature.
Yeah. Run in to attack.
Alright, then let's roll for initiative then, folks.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a big boy. Okay. I'll take that.
Is 22.
Dirty 20.
15.
Oh, hang on. 15 for Thorik, say again, everyone.
22.
And
22 for you.
20.
Nice. Okay, looking good, guys, on the initiative front. So it's going to go Johann, Saga, Thorik, and then this creature. Okay, so Johann, as of right now, you are about 20 feet away from this creature. There's a kind of the remains of a stone wall between you and it, so you might have to run around a little bit, or maybe hop over the wall if you want to get to it. Or you could, of course, stay where you are and try a ranged attack. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think it'd be wiser if my companions lead the attack, and I try and stay out of its eye line and try and do a sneak stab into its hindquarters.
Okay. Sure. So, you're just going to hang back for now then, are you?
Yeah, I'll take cover behind the wall.
Okay, cool. No problem. In which case, Saga, what would you like to do?
Okay. What, I'm 20 feet away?
Yep.
20 feet away. How tall is this stone fence thing?
Couple of feet.
Okay. Well, for now, I'm going to take my crossbow out, and that'll be my first attack.
Okie doke. Let's roll to hit them, please.
With my crossbow. Well, 11.
11. Okay, you fire off your crossbow, and it just kind of bounces off this creature's hide, which turns at you. You see this really humanoid-looking face on this lion's body and these dragon-like wings, and it just lets out this almighty roar at you.
Okay. I'm gonna use action surge straight away. Go for another one.
Sure.
It's not happening. 7.
No, it sees this one coming and it just kind of steps out of the way slightly. Would you like to move?
I'll say where I am, but I'm gonna move on my next turn.
Okie doke. Alright, so Thorik then. You are up.
Okay. Thorik is going to. Let's just see if we can. Tell you what, I think we're gonna go with that. Thorik is going to, feeling a little bit reticent to like hammer straight in there. He's going to focus his will on this magical energy that is kind of flowing through him, and contemplate the rings and what they mean to him, and they start to glow. And I'd like to extend my hammer and cast Sacred Flame, so this light kind of like burns up his shield arm and like shoots down his hammer and like blasts this thing.
Nice.
A dex save, please, for this
Okay.
creature.
Oh, that's going to be a 21.
Saves.
So you hurl this sacred flame at this creature, just sees it coming and just flaps its wings and kind of leaps out of the way.
That didn't go quite as well as I hoped. Plan B, and he looks at Saga.
You've still got movement, Thorik, if you want to make it.
Yeah. I'll go up along. I'll kind of be maybe sort of next to Saga, but maybe like 10 feet away from her. So we're kind of like maybe trying to like hedge it in a little bit.
As in getting closer to the creature, or
I guess so. Not by. Has Saga moved at all?
No,
Not
I'll
at this
say.
I'm gonna move maybe like 10 feet left, away from Johann as well.
Sure.
So,
Okay, so you're still staying on the outskirts of this kind of stone.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Seeing what it does.
Sure. All right. So the creature, whose go it is now, flaps its wings and lifts itself off the ground,
That's not good.
hovering about 20 feet or so above the ground. And you see it kind of spin in the air and whip its tail, and one of the spikes off of its tail fires off in the direction of Saga, which is going to only be 7 against your AC. So you see it well and truly coming, and just completely sidestep it. But it's not finished, and it flings another tail spike at you. For that's going to be 13 against your AC.
Does not hit.
But determined to land a hit, it fires off a third tail spike at you.
Jesus.
And that's going to be 20 against your AC.
That one does hit.
Okay, so that is going to do... Ouch. That is going to do 11 piercing damage against you.
Well, wow, that's... I am down to 5 hit points from that one hit.
Wowzer. Okay, so now it's flapping in the air. We're at the top of the round. Johann, you've just seen Saga take an almighty puncture wound from this tail spike. It is not happy.
Okay. Are any of the stones in this wall loose?
Yeah, there are a few loose stones, yeah.
I take a stone and, without trying not to reveal my location, throw it in the direction of the beast to get his attention.
Okay. Just to kind of grab its attention rather than to hurt it, yeah?
Yeah. Well, if it hurts, then fantastic.
Sure. Okay. So, well, if hurting it is an added bonus, let's roll to hit. So it's like an improvised weapon. So if it does do any damage, it'll be 1d6. But roll to hit, so it'll be a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. Which for you is a +3.
It is. There's +3, so 20. Oh, that's a 10.
Okay. So you hurl this stone at it, and it kind of ricochets off the side of the windmill. So it doesn't quite land on this creature, but it certainly like leers at you.
Then I go back behind the wall and sort of like get my rapier ready. My plan is hopefully it looks for me and crawls over me, and I can give a and then right in the belly.
So you want to call it over is basically what you're trying to do.
Basically, yeah.
All right. So you're going to hold an action then, presumably, until it gets into melee range, right?
But then it can fly. Oh wait, I'll throw a dagger.
All right. Sure. What's the range on your dagger?
I believe it's about 30 feet, but I'll check on that. It's 20 feet.
All right.
It has a short and a long range, so it's up to 20 feet, not a disadvantage, and then above that, I can't remember how much it is.
Yeah, you might be doing it with disadvantage because it's 20 feet up in the air and 20 feet away from you.
So between 20 and 60 feet is disadvantage.
So you can get closer and throw it without disadvantage, or you can throw from where you are with disadvantage.
Okay, I also have rope. I might wait until it gets closer and maybe see if I can fashion some kind of lasso and maybe like pull it. Okay, I hold my position for now then.
All right. Okay, no problem. Saga then.
Okay.
You're pretty wounded now.
Yes.
You got this manticore, like pretty much. Well, Johann's distracted it at least, so he's focused on him for a moment. But yeah, you're pretty wounded, and it's again 20 feet in the air, 20 feet straight across. So probably. About
Is there anywhere
25.
I can back up? If I back up a bit.
Yeah, I mean you could back up.
But there's nowhere I can like hide and snipe from.
There's an iron fence directly behind you. But you're on top of a hill now, so there's no real high ground.
Okay. I'll just go 10 feet back and do my crossbow thing again.
From basically with your back against the fence, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's see how you do.
Not great. 13. I really need to get my normal dice out.
You're just almost in a panic, and perhaps the wound kind of really taking a toll on you. You just don't quite manage to get the aim right, and you just botch the shot a little bit.
Yeah. That's all I'm doing.
That's all you got? All right, Thorik.
Okay.
Saga's pretty wounded to your right.
Shit. Start like getting some attacks attacks in, but then it's far away. I am going to cast Bane on this creature.
Ooh.
So Thorik is kind of getting really frustrated and looking around at stuff like that. We gotta bring it down. We gotta bring it down. And he, like, palm forward, raises his hand towards the beast, and like a slightly darker silver, kind of like beams of light that kind of manifest as almost like these dark shapes. They kind of form as to start to like barrage this creature's face and head, kind of distracting, disorienting it. So up to 3 creatures, but just 1 in this case. Has to make a charisma saving throw, and whenever the target fails the saving throw, it makes... Sorry. Whenever a target that fails the saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract it. So basically every time it tries to attack us.
Oh, nice. All right. So charisma saving throw then.
Yes, please.
We're looking at a 1.
Fabulous. So every time it makes an attack or a save, it has a minus d4.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I don't think so. That is a spell.
And how long does that last for? Just the next turn, is it?
Nope. That is concentration up to a minute.
Nice.
Just seeing if I've got any bonus actions. Nope, I've already used a spell slot with that, so that's fine. I can't do anything else, so I'm just going to run. Just going to run towards it and just like get it to be like, "Hey, you great winged beastie!"
So you're running towards it, did you say, or?
Yep. So I'm like directly below it.
Right.
Maybe not directly, like,
But pretty close.
so it'd be like under it.
Maybe like if it landed, there'd be like 10 feet, maybe.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But I'm definitely kind of like making a lot of noise, trying to like get it to like, "Hey,
Sure.
why don't you pick on someone your own size?"
All right. So the creature, flapping its wings, looks down at you, Thorik, with this monstrous humanoid face, and it fires off one of its tail spikes at you. So it's going to roll with a minus d4. Is it on the hit, is it?
Yeah, so every time it rolls to attack, it minus
yeah,
d4.
okay. Alright. So... Oh, right. So it fires off the first one and completely misses you. As the magic of your spell really starts to take hold. So it missed that first tail spike. It's going to try another one at you. And that's going to be 16 against your AC.
Doesn't hit. It clangs off my shield.
Wow. All right. And then it's going to go for one more at you, Thorik. And that one is also going to miss straight off your shield as well. Your magic on this creature seems to be taking hold, which is great. So, Johann, you've seen Thorik cast this spell on this creature, which seems to be holding its attacks at bay. What would you like to do? It's still 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, there's not much I can do, other than maybe throw a dagger at it. Maybe I could... You said the lady is in the window.
Yeah.
Maybe I could shout, "Throw us a potion!"
Have it crash onto the floor and shatter him.
What?
You... Oh, go on.
Just throw us the potion!
You see her kind of panicked and nod, and you just see her run away from the window. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna throw a dagger.
All right. Are you getting closer, or are you staying where you are?
I imagine it's gotten closer to me, right?
It's pretty much just flying over at the moment. It's not actually moved above its spot because it's not had to at this point. So
Rig.
all you've got to do is move about 5 feet closer,
Okay,
and you can roll without disadvantage.
creep over the wall
Yeah.
and attempt to sneak out a dagger and throw it.
All right. Awesome. Go for it.
Okay. Roll to hit. That is 16 plus 5, which is 21.
Nice. Okay. So you hurl your dagger up in the air. You embed it into one of its limbs.
Okay. Can I aim for the wing in particular?
Oh, sure, if you want to. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. See if I can ground it. And that is a 1d4 plus 3, which is a 1, sadly, but plus 3, which is 4. 4 damage.
Okie doke. So you aim at the wing. You don't quite manage to penetrate any of the membrane, but you do catch the kind of like the arm of the wing,
Right.
and kind of embed your dagger into the side of its wing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But not enough to ground it, I'm afraid. Anything else you'd like to do, or is that you done?
Creep back over the wall.
Clever.
Johann, you leveled up, is all I'm gonna say. You have a thing you can do now.
Subtle.
Can I? What? I don't know what you mean. I can't sneak attack, can I?
Yeah.
Not that.
My cunning action.
Could he?
Oh, hide. I can hide.
Yes, you can hide.
Yeah. Sorry, I used my cunning action. Very cunning. I hide very cunningly by sneaking back over the wall. And if there's any shrubbery or like,
A shrubbery.
bric-a-brac, I will hide in the shrubbery.
All right. So yeah, you just kind of hide behind this wall, just to give you as much cover and really take its attention away from you. All right, nicely done, Saga.
Cheers.
It's still in the air, right?
It is still in the air, yes.
Damn thing. I want it to come to the ground. Okay, crossbow. Once again. Let's
Okie
try
doke.
proper dice this time. Maybe they'll be kinder to me. Well, they are much kinder because that is a 21 to hit.
Boom. Presumably a dirty 20 rather than a natural.
21, so dirty. Dirty
Yeah.
21.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Silly question, really. All right, awesome. Let's roll for damage then.
Okay, let me just do my... I'll roll the 10 damage.
Nice. Okay, so
5 bolts.
you fire its crossbow, your crossbow at the creature, and you manage to embed one of your crossbow bolts in its side.
That is my turn.
Nice. Thorik. So you're now, you've got this creature right above you, flapping its wings, looking pretty angry. What would you like to do?
I suppose damage is the best thing. I was considering some janky thing of like attaching my rope to my hand axe, but I just don't think that's gonna work. Like trying to like axes spin end over end, so it wouldn't work. I'm just gonna with an audible like clunk, he's just gonna like place his warhammer in front of him so it's just resting on its head.
Sure.
And just unhitch a hand axe from his belt and just
Nice. Let's roll to hit.
come on, Gladys.
Is it called Gladys?
It is now apparently.
That's what you said.
It is what I said, isn't it? Apparently that's true. That's a 16 to hit.
16 to hit. That's going to do it.
Oh,
Let's roll for
we'll
damage.
take it. One hit. Oh, sorry, no, it's a D6, not a D8, because it is my hand axe. Oh, that's a 5 plus my strength of 2, so that is 7 points of axe damage.
Nice. So you hurl your axe at the creature, and you kind of hit it on the underside of its belly. It lets out an almighty roar. Okay, nicely done. Awesome. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Can I please use my bonus action, of which I have very few, to cast Healing Word on Saga?
You certainly can. How many hit points is that for Saga?
That is... that's 8 HP back to Saga.
Thank you.
So you mutter a quick prayer under your breath.
Yep. I throw the axe, and before I pick up my warhammer, I just kind of mutter a few words, and kind of my hands start to glow, and I just blow, and this sort of dust of silver mist kind of goes around and heals some of Saga's wounds.
Oh, nice.
Pick up the warhammer and heft it over my shoulder. I'm right, let's get back to it.
Nice. All right. So it's the creature now above you. It decides to descend with a big thud on the ground, and it swipes a backhand claw at you. And that's
at me,
going.
I assume. Sorry.
At you, Thorik. Yes. Sorry.
Cool.
And that's going to be 12 against your AC, so presumably that's going to miss. And in frustration, you see it kind of reel its head back and just try and take a chunk out of you as it tries to bite at you. And that's going to be 15 against your AC.
Nope. I try and jam its mouth open with my shield. It's like, here you go.
Oh, nice. And as you're trying to jam it open, it kind of tries to take the opportunity and tries to swipe at you again with its other claw as you're distracted. Ooh, that's a natural 20.
It's
Ooh.
minus a D4.
Oh yes, minus a D4, so we won't count it as a crit. Good point, thank you. So that's going to be then... That is going to be 11 piercing damage to you.
Okay, I take it on the chin.
Not literally, I hope. Your poor beard.
Oh yes, not the beard.
All right, Johann, you're up.
Okay, it's grounded. It's stab time. I draw my rapier and get a dagger in the other hand and rush towards its exposed side and jump and attempt to stab them both in as far as they will go.
Nice. So remind me, with two weapon fighting, it is essentially just 2 attacks, isn't it?
Yeah, the second attack is a bonus action and it doesn't get the modifier on damage.
That's right, yes. Thank you. All right, let's go for it. Let's roll for them.
I'm going to do my rapier first. That is a 13 plus 5, which is 18.
That'll hit.
Yes! This next one is a D8 plus 3. Which is a 7 plus 3, which is 10.
Nice! So you plunge your rapier into its side, it lets out an almighty roar, and you get ready to bring your dagger down.
The dagger is again plus 5, that's 13, plus 5, which is 18.
Nice, that will hit as well.
And a D4 damage, which is 4.
Nice! Okay.
And do I get a sneak attack? Am I close enough to Thorik to get a sneak attack?
Yes, yes you are.
Plus 4. So that's 8 damage from my dagger and 10 from my rapier, so it's 18 damage in total.
So it's sorry, I've been doing it as you go. So what's the sneak attack damage specifically?
4.
For just in total, yeah.
I believe it's just a D6.
1d6, yeah, extra damage.
Yeah, an extra D6 damage.
Okay, lovely. All right, this creature is now looking pretty wounded. It's pretty angry. It's starting to show blood and really starting to show its wounds. It's really not happy. Saga, the creature's grounded. It's been letting out these wounded roars.
Okay, I'm gonna run and leap over this fence.
Nice.
and attack it with my great sword.
Go for it.
Come on. $14.
14 is just going to hit.
Yes.
Ooh.
Just enough.
How are we looking on the damage
Nine.
front? 9 points
points
of
of
damage.
damage.
Okay, so you charge in after having seen Johann plunge his blades into the side of this creature. You charge in, great sword over your shoulder, and just give it an almighty swing, and just kind of slash, kind of bringing your blade up and just slash its underbelly, kind of coming up to its shoulder. Nice. Thorik.
Me again? Lovely. Great. So it's looking not great.
Yes, not great at all. Looking pretty wounded.
I'm just gonna heft my warhammer then. I kind of shoot it in one hand to the very end and just get a real big swing and just aim for the face.
Nice. Okay, go for it.
Excellent. It's an 8.
You swing as big as you can. You just slightly overjudge it and just slightly go over its head. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just to kind of like, if Saga's next to me, just sort of like start to sort of not leaving its reach, but just sort of start to move around it, just kind of like trying to hedge it in, just kind of like harrying it, trying to keep it distracted while my fellows attack it as well.
Sure. Okay, no problem. So that then brings us to... Oops.
Everyone is healed!
Did not mean to do that.
I heal you all.
So we'll bring it back around then to the creature itself, which its first port of call is to try and strike at Johann with one of its claws. And it's minus d4 to the roll as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to completely miss. It's just it's kind of seeing red with rage, and it's just not really being on target with its strikes. It tries to take a bite out of Saga, and likewise misjudges her position, and in a panic tries to backhand Saga with its claw. And that is also going to miss. Yes. And so after having missed a successive number of attacks, it's now heavily wounded. You see it flap its wings and it tries to flee and tries to fly away, which means you all actually get an attack of opportunity against this thing.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.
You two first.
Go on, Saga.
Crossbow is trying to flee.
Can we hit it with melee if it's leaving our reach?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hit it with melee if you want to, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to do greatsword instead.
Sure.
While it's trying. 13? I don't think that hits.
No, just misses, I'm
No.
afraid. It just slightly gets out of your reach as you swing your sword.
Yeah.
11.
That's also going to miss.
Johann!
Johann,
Come on,
it's all
Johann,
on you.
get it.
Finish him!
7.
No!
No.
So you see this creature just fly as quickly as it can, and it flies 50 feet away from you, completely out of your reach, presumably at this point, unless anybody's got any long ranged.
Can we range
I
at it?
have.
You can
I have
range
a
at it if you
crossbow.
want. Yeah.
Is my axe still embedded in it?
And my dagger.
I have presumed that you have pulled these out at this point.
That's a good assumption because I
That
did
is
do
a
that.
great assumption, a very kind one.
Yes. Particularly you, Johann, because you were actually holding them at the time.
Yeah, I took the time to pull it out. Put it
Maybe
back.
it like scratched the
Not
axe
necessarily,
out.
not necessarily put it back, but you jumped in, and I presume you just pulled them straight out after
Yeah.
You're not going to just
Yeah.
throw them in and then be like, they're yours now.
Saga, shoot it!
Anyway,
I'm shooting it. Crossbow.
yes, go.
Crossbow.
Come on,
That's cocked. I'll do that again.
do it.
guys. I have to
60.
go.
What's my attack bonus on a crossbow? 15.
15 is going to hit.
Do it. Do him in.
7 points of damage.
Okie doke.
Oh, God.
It's not enough to bring it down, unfortunately.
How many feet away is it?
It's now 50 feet away.
Sorry, what's the range on?
I can.
Just checking how far.
Well, crossbow is 80 feet.
I think we'll be done in like 30 seconds, maybe. Ollie, maybe a minute at max.
I can throw an axe.
I can throw a dagger, but it'll be with disadvantage.
I can throw my axe at disadvantage.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, if you want to throw a dagger, I'm just like, I kiss Gladys. I'm like, don't fail me now, girl.
With all our might. Okay.
6.
Now, buddy.
You just see Gladys fly through the air and just go thunk on the stone wall.
18.
18?
18. Yes.
All right. Go for it.
Come on, D4. 4 first. Oh, do you get damage modifier if it's with disadvantage?
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
dex modifier.
That's
So 7.
the hit.
4 plus 3 is 7. 7
7.
damage.
All right.
So like Johann takes one out, yeets it with all his might.
And the arrow flies through the dagger flies through the air, spinning, and you just catch it in the back of the head, and it drops to the ground.
Good shot, Johann.
He turns
That
around.
is where we shall end this week's episode. With a glorious kill from Johann. Well done, guys.
Oh.
Right. That's all for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Bye.